Hello everybody and welcome back to the Always Smiling Faces podcast, questions and answers.
Brought to you by...
Oh, I can't say it.
Elmo Clothing.
Yeah.
And
Geordie Gifts.
Geordie Gifts.
Well done, Mark.
Geordie Gifts who had a visit from not a Tory MP this week, Decker, from a Labour MP, and they had a little write-up in the Chronicle.
What's Corbyn there like?
No.
Oh, Jeremy
Chi.
Corbyn.
Oh,
Nice.
I wanted Corbyn to be there. Right, question answers.
He's been in Sunderland today.
Ah, yes, hasn't he?
Oh, we got to wash when he left.
Boris as well, wasn't he? Was Boris there today?
Boris, your mate.
Yeah.
Loves Boris.
Absolutely. Listen,
Gary Neville hates him.
so do I.
Yeah.
Just get some... I'm going to keep the focus. I fucking hate the Tories, right?
He's only saying that because he's trying to disagree with me.
Just follow us on Facebook and try to talk about it.
Follow us on Facebook.
Whatever. Just
Follow me on
just say it.
Facebook.
I just
You sound like such a dad there.
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah. Well, anyway, I just...
Do you want to call like Twitter book or something like that?
No,
Twitter.
on Facebook.
Get on Twitter.
Shite.
Tweet, send one of them tweets. What do they call them?
The twits.
Get us on MySpace.
MySpace.
Get us on
Bebo. Remember Bebo?
Bebo, God, aye. That's a LinkedIn part of that.
So straight in there, Daryl Mitchell-Hill.
Hello, Darryl.
He says, last week I asked about Newcastle United being inconsistent. How wrong was I? 1 loss in 7. Mind that stat doesn't tell the whole story, because we've still been inconsistent at times.
Definitely.
How long can we continue to get away with winning ugly and play with so little of the ball? You mentioned this on the last one.
Yeah, I did. I think... listen, I know you're saying that you're inconsistent during games. Well, Newcastle United, fuck me. Man City are inconsistent during games. We are who we are. Like, how many teams in the league play amazing for 90 minutes? No one.
You Liverpool don't.
Even Liverpool don't. You just can't do it, man. And I understand the question to a degree.
I think it means inconsistency.
Yes,
going away to Villa and getting humped off them, then going away to Sheffield Wednesday.
You know
Still
what
probably
is
getting
this-
humped the majority of the game, but winning.
This game on Sunday could have gone that way if
I'm-
they'd taken their chances and stuff like that. Sometimes you just need a bit of luck.
Go back to the championship years, right? It's not about who's in charge. Just go back to the championship year, right? We won the league. Don't get us wrong. Hand on heart, tell me how many times we played well.
No, well, we've been like that.
Games. Well, we're shit, man.
Season
We'll
after
be
season
Derby
after
away,
season.
Gouffran scored a screamer. We never touched the ball, man. And Gouffran scored from a corner volley.
It was a fucking lovely finish.
It was an amazing finish. Well, we're shit.
Look at his face.
Wolves away, we won 1-0. Lascelles got man of the match, quite rightly sure. We never touched the ball, man. But we won 1-0.
You know what it is?
Even Brighton game when Diommi hit his fucking neck.
I couldn't care less. As long as we still get 3 points, I don't care.
But people, the thing when I'm sorry, Darryl, I don't mean it's against you. But what I mean
He's
is
got a right thing for Darryl these last few
a lot
weeks,
of
hasn't he?
people seem to have this argument now. You know, oh my God, we're not having the ball, it's boring to watch. We've been boring
It's
to
been
watch
like that for a
about
long,
10
long
years,
time.
man.
Yeah.
We've never been good to watch this fucking Pardews here. Because of the...
Oh, shit, we sell them, mate!
Jesus, now he's a Pardew apologist.
That one season.
Because we had Bar, Ben Arthur, Kabay, we had great players. We are what we are. The one part of the... I'm holding it... Sorry,
He's going to burst into song.
Shall we try the next one? Shall we move on to the next one?
I'm sorry.
Shall we do any better with the next question? Next question comes from Reverend Alex Shields. So this is the lad that we bumped into that day. He says, with Saint-Maximin out, what do you think the impact will be on the results, and how do you think the team will line up instead?
Well, I hope Alex does a few extra prayers just to, get Allan back into this team.
Actually, he's a reverend as well.
Is he a reverend?
Aye.
So we need him, on when he's doing his sermons to make sure that
Reverend and the Saint.
We've got enough. Look at that, the holy Newcastle United FC.
Does he watch all the time? We shouldn't be swaying like if he's watching.
It's all right. He gives her a couple of little blessings just to let her off with it.
No, Bestie, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I'd like to think, like, going back to what you were saying during the podcast, like, if they can set up, it hasn't worked, has it, having, like, Almer on one side, Saint-Maximin on the other side, Joe Hinton in the middle because he's isolated. It apparent very clearly doesn't seem to be a number 9 who's going to do that. So play someone off and play with Saint-Maximin out, give Almiron that chance. Can Atu play that kind of football? I don't know if he can, to be honest with you, like, but...
Personally, so he goes on a formation after what team would you start with? I would probably, if fit, Andy Carroll, Joe Linton, Almiron. Put Joe on the wing. See what happens.
Well,
so what I would say now, I'm hoping it happens is I hope that. Well, actually, I've got 2 things. So first of all, I'm with you on that because I did think that today. I thought, okay, right, everyone's banging the drum that Joe's not number 9. Okay, let's put him left forward, like a left forward. Can he come in from the wing and give him a chance there? One game's not enough, so let's give him a run. You can't just give him 90 minutes and go, shite there now. Give him a couple of games. Personally, though, for me, I want to see we put 3 centre midfielders because I just don't think we're having enough of the ball, and I feel that in midfield we are getting overrun quite often.
Okay.
I'd love to see Longstaff come in and play the 3, and out of the 3, one of them has to be the top of the 3. If Shelby's the top of the 3, Longstaff top of the 3, I don't know. And then have maybe Carroll up front on his own with Miggy behind, or Carroll up front on his own with Miggy behind. Yes, people might say you've got no width. Well, then I'm sorry, you're full back.
There's not many teams play with that width though. That's the thing.
I really, really honestly feel 3 in centre midfield could be promising.
Well, that's the thing with wing backs is you don't necessarily have to have that width there because it's provided. Well, not in an attacking sense because you've got it from the deep.
You're playing with 3 centre halves as well, so surely if Manquillo does bomb on, Fernandes can move to the right, no issues. You know what I mean?
Well, you looked at Southampton. Southampton essentially played 4-4-2 at the weekend. So, but most teams will play with 3 in the middle and then pretty much the same as us up top.
I just think it gives you security when you need it, but it also gives you the opportunity to keep the ball more, keep it longer. Longstaff's a good player.
Like you've just mentioned, it gives the wing backs that chance as well.
Definitely, absolutely, it gives them the license to go forward more, And
it's going to be dependent on who we play against, isn't it?
What your argument is a lot, and I'm with you on this one, that no one's close enough to Joe Linton. So then you say to Almiron, fuck the wings.
Get him behind him.
I want you to be up his arse for the full game.
Which is what he did last season with Rondon, wasn't he?
I'm not sure if the Reverend is happy with that.
Sorry for that. But do you know what I'm saying though?
Sorry for that. Sorry. Your dad doesn't watch it.
Your dad hates the podcast.
No, he doesn't. But yeah, just a thought. You know what I mean?
If you're going to stick with it's horses for courses. So depending on who you're playing, you've got that flexibility in the formations, haven't you? Now is that you can either stick Atsu out on the left, or try Joe Linton out there, as you say, or go with one up front.
No one's mentioned Dwight Gale.
Run behind.
I was just thinking actually, like you could theoretically play Carroll and Gale. You're going to do a big man, little man thing, but they're both very. It's not a very dynamic.
Yeah.
Forward line, that to be honest with you.
Where's Mutu these days?
Yeah.
Where's he? He's not even making the bench now.
No, he's not.
He's obviously not.
The thing though is you've got
you've
got Carroll's ahead of him because he's something completely different, isn't he?
Changes games, mate.
Yeah. Game changer. Next one is from, let's have a look, from Stephen Howlett. He says, if we were to sell Joe Linton, Almiron and Saint-Maximin in January, how much would you get for them each?
Jesus Christ.
So I don't think he wants to sell them. He's talking about what impact they've had since the start of the season.
Well, he wouldn't get 40 million for Joe Linton, would he?
Definitely not.
You do it, get half maybe.
Yeah, you'd probably take 20.
Yeah.
I think
if you're lucky.
They'll get sectioned to 40 million.
Do we not think that's what we've actually played for him, and then the rest of it's kind of like stuff on top and things like that?
It came out in full, hasn't it?
I haven't done that full.
Paid it in full. It was released last week, wasn't it?
Couldn't believe it.
Really?
Wasn't installments. Just there you go. There's 40 million.
Aye, but is it
no
not,
no appearances, nothing.
With?
No goals, anything. There's 40 million.
Wow.
And this is where the argument of, in a lot of people's arguments, we don't spend enough money and we don't do this. Jesus Christ, money doesn't buy everything. Like we're seeing it now.
To be fair, like when
look at Everton, prime example. Before
we bought him, he was playing up. He wasn't playing up front like a striker. He was playing with that kid that's at what's he called now, isn't it?
I like him.
His strike partner that went. He's Chelsea. His strike partner went to Chelsea, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know.
I can't think of his name now.
Went to Chelsea. Couldn't sign anyone, could they?
Pulisic. They just don't want him.
Didn't have like a transfer ban until like.
But as we not already, I can't think who it is now.
Tammy Abraham. Kerry Dixon.
The pair of them were playing up front together. I can't remember.
Didier Drogba.
I'm making it up. Can't remember his name.
So the answer.
So Joe Lennon. So Joe Lennon. We're getting half. It's 20 for him.
Fuck me.
We're going 20. We'll be nice.
That's nothing, really, is it?
Almiron.
I think you get more for him than
you'd get more.
Probably fractionally more for 30. Let's say 25, 30.
I'd say 24, 25. I think just
30 million. Oh.
He's got Premier League experience.
The problem is
if Perez is 30,
where's he going to go?
No, listen, I love Miggy, but I don't.
You can't go back to America for that kind of money.
You're not going to get more than what you paid for him.
I think you get.
Only paid 21.
No, 16 apparently. Apparently it was less than I forget what I was talking. It was less.
So
than,
it's less than with transfer record, wasn't it? I think it was slightly less. But
so
then
is this
add-ons
one of the
top
add-ons
Right,
ones?
so if we're going to just do a flatline at 16, yes, you'd make more than 16. Yes.
I think we're getting near 20.
Because I think when the club, obviously when we signed him, it was never mentioned that he was the record breaker in regards to transfers. Never got mentioned. I think it's because we didn't pay that in full.
Well, it did buy all the press and everything, didn't it?
They never by the club, though. The club would obviously announce it as the record signing like they did with Julian on. The club now actually went down that line.
So it will be over time. Appearances and goals and assists. So you might not get it for goals and assists, but appearances.
He's got an assist.
Start giving money back.
He's got one assist, thanks.
Yeah, no, he has as well. He was very good.
Technically, he's got
Saints. Aye.
Yeah, what was he? 16, 17 million?
What a fucking steal. Pepe was 80 odd, you know. What about Arsenal thinking there?
We're getting at least 50 for Saint, like. Let's be honest.
I think he's worth more than the club. 400. I'm just kidding.
He's definitely worth more than what we bought.
So whoever buys the club's got to agree to give him a job in Sports Direct.
I think he's worth a canny bit of money. Like.
So Neil J.R. says
probably evens about right now, doesn't it? Like with the three of them.
We've just made more money back. So Neil sends in, with 2 games in 4 days, how many takeaways did you get through? So we won that one as soon as the full time went at Sheffield, didn't we?
That's right, I was unreal. I was unreal.
So
I had Chinese last night.
I had a pizza last night. So after the Sheffield game, me and Decker and a few of the lads were there. So we thought, we can't leave Sheffield straight away because we're just going to get stuck in traffic.
It's a nightmare again.
So we didn't leave Sheffield till about 20 to 11.
It was quite late when
because we found a takeaway. It was quite a nice takeaway, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
It looked more like a restaurant, didn't it?
Yeah. Sat in.
So sat there.
Have you noticed the pub along the road's turned into an Indian restaurant?
Indian restaurant, that one.
I'm going to go there.
There was an Italian food, it was quite good.
It was.
So we sat down, had some bait, it was lush.
Was well.
Went to the Polish store next door.
Oh yes, I did.
Got some like pop and stuff like
you
that.
See that guy dresses like an Elvis kind of guy. He had white shoes on, a white belt. Terrible. I pointed him out, man.
Did he get some what's it called?
He had like the full Elvis thing going on. He had a white belt on and white shoes. He was like proper like 50, 60.
Was that the guy that you held the door open for?
I didn't hold the door for anybody.
Oh, I just wondered why he said thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yes. No, that was good.
So takeaways, I had one last night. Had that one on Thursday night.
Honestly, the Bain's been up all the time and I was fucked. And I wanted another one last night. I put the Bain's to bed. I was lying about it. Right, what am I going to eat? And I fell asleep. My phone on.
Really?
I fell on it straight to go. I fell asleep. I woke up and it was like 11 or something. I thought, fuck no, doesn't matter. So it was just a shit day really yesterday for us. In terms of after the match, it was shit. And a lovely burger though from the Platinum Club.
How many you had, Bestie?
And a Chinese on Saturday. I'll be with a Christmas meal on Friday, so a Yorkshire pudding wrap from the.
That counts. So what was that count?
Yorkshire pudding wraps, lush.
That like really nice.
The Grey Hen, they do a. I'm promoting that pub, sorry. So the Grey Hen, they do it's a Christmas pudding wrap at the minute.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's a Christmas dinner in the Yorkshire pudding.
That's what this was.
Oh, was it?
Brussels sprouts had a turkey leg. It was really nice. I had cranberry.
A full turkey? How fucking big was the Yorkshire pudding?
A big lad in that market. I also had loads. I was expecting to get one yesterday. Got back from the match. We had a couple of friends over from Bristol, and Amy drove them to the airport, and they had like a picky bit of pizza and that. So I thought, I'm gonna get a sweaty tonight. Red Zone on the box. Tradition. Red Zone pizza, a bit kebab or something like that. So 1 o'clock in the morning, and she comes back from the airport. She goes, I had a load of pizza. I'm not hungry. There was like a half pack of Pringles left. There was a couple of slices of cold cheese pizza. So I had that. But it was like Morrison's.
It was a bit of a letdown, though, mate.
It was alright, but it wasn't like. It wasn't
what you were hoping for.
You know when you get like a curry pizza and it turns up and it's like, oh god, this is it.
Curry
pizza.
The dream.
A curry pizza.
Yeah,
Unreal. Aye. Back there, bum though.
Georgie Light's still better. Georgie Light's the best of all time.
What's a Geordie Light?
Kebab pizza. Kebab pizza.
The as well.
Garlic bread special.
Absolutely.
Garlic bread special.
I've only just started getting them this last few weeks and that because my mate at work's where's buying.
Adam introduced us to them.
Oh, they're the best. Probably a stink for the next 2
You've
days.
just been introduced to them, like.
Oh, he's been on about them for years and I always get a naan kebab.
Naan bab. Oh, I love a naan
Oh,
bab.
I'm not. Well, I like a naan bab. Wallace would prefer naan bab, but I would always go for the garlic bread special.
Do you know what's bit I got quite hard at actually? Do you know?
How have we got?
You know when you're in there, they pour the kebab on and they go chili or garlic, man. You obviously garlic.
Both.
I'm garlic.
They get that good spoon and they just start pouring.
Oh, it's a ladle, isn't it? A ladle of gloss.
That's like.
Well, so it's either a spoon or you get where it's the bottle and they just drizzle it all over the place.
What you need to do, you need to get them to spoon it, right? Ladle it, then flip the meat a little bit, and then a bit more of a ladle.
Well,
you know what the worrying thing about this is? This is the most animated we have been all night.
Well, I don't know. Like, the current part got me a bit. You know, like, cause if you didn't really know them, if you're in somewhere, you just let them crack on. So you know, garlic on me. But when you get to know the people, like, right, When you put a little bit of kebab meat on, now put some garlic on, and then put more kebab on, then put some more garlic on.
Layers.
I've at the top layer.
We done that. Me and my lass had been out on the drink, so went down Ocean Road. We got a takeaway, and we got a garlic bread special. And the bloke put a bit of sauce on. I went, oh, I want more. More. You should have seen it when I got home. You couldn't see anything apart from garlic.
When I was a real fatty, Gills at the Nuke. I used to go in every day, and I remember when I went, Jenny, come here. And she went,
Jenny! First name terms. First name terms.
There's not enough garlic on there. And she went, oh, damn man. And she went under the thing, and it looks like a fucking parcel. That's right. She just ripped the top of it, right? And she just this is like best. I never forget.
See, I always get mine delivered, so what I'll do, so yeah, itching to move on there, Chris. Like, what I'll do, I'll get me, if it's a
We've got at least 10 minutes left in this.
Let's say it's a naan bread kebab, right? You get your chips on top, because you didn't get salad with it, do you? No. Put your chips on top, and I'll get 2 garlic sauces. I'll leave some chips to one side and barely speak out.
I'm fucking starving now.
Leave some chips to one side, right? Pour the garlic sauce on top, and garlic sauce a bit quick, it sticks. Use your spare chips, get it inside.
Oh, yes.
That's a pro move.
Right, let's just cancel and get the chips. Come on, let's get the chips.
I'm not even lying, I'm going to take it.
How many people do you reckon is going to order one?
There'll be people from all over the country began. What the hell's that bread special?
That's when I sponsorship that.
Gian has actually sent in the best question of the night.
So if you don't know, just to go back, garlic bread special, basically it's a garlic bread
with cheese.
Then they put it's a cheesy garlic bread special. So then they put the chips on first.
Yes.
Then they put kebab meat on top of that. Then they just get a ladle of garlic and just pour it. And your options are chips or salad. No one ever gets salad.
Chips.
No one gets. It's
when you go to certain places, they really struggle to shut the box. It's a great moment. You know you're in for a
That's when you get a Bilal's naan kebab.
We had one the other day. They had sellotape the box shut.
That's what they do at Bilal's. Masking tape. That's what I want. Packaging tape.
Get your masking tape.
The Champions League final this year, I got a naan bread kebab with Parmo. Watch the Baywatch film and then watch the
Parmo.
I was absolutely watch the Baywatch film. She was well swearing. I was like, what a guy. I'm sitting there watching Zac Efron. I'm so stripping down your chest there.
Cheers, you're mate.
I've been dead by 30 years.
Right, next one. Rob Fish sends in. Is it all
chips?
So Rob sends in, he says, is it okay to give Bruce credit for the job he's done so far and give Rafa credit for the job he'd done for 3 years previously?
Apparently not.
You know when you said, all I was thinking about there, what Bruce would order and the takeover.
Bruce would love a
naan garlic bread special. He's definitely had one.
I reckon after we win on a game like yesterday, you must think, hey, I'm really doing that. And then he just goes to town.
There's a photo of him, imagine Hull when there's a photo of him in the takeaway.
And he's training gear.
Sorry, question, I apologise. So, does Bruce deserve credit?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, definitely.
Rafa?
Does he deserve a statue?
I'm just kidding.
So basically, does Bruce deserve credit and does Rafa deserve credit for making more established Premier League team?
Well, that's the stupid. It's like the opinion if like you can't like both of them.
Yeah,
it's like you've either
people
got
have made like some rivalry between them. It's weird because there isn't.
It's never happened before when any other manager has followed anybody that's gone before.
Houghton and Pardew probably.
Maybe because
like
of
fans weren't happy with that.
The way that Houghton was sent away.
The social media wasn't there. I mean, Souness followed Robson. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I can't remember. The social media wasn't around then, was it? I was younger.
Souness was a big name at the time, you know.
It wasn't fun.
He'd been sacked from Blackburn, hadn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't like in work. No. He hasn't worked since. Yeah. Apart from like a bit.
Like, I can't.
He didn't really work when he was here.
Can you remember going, oh God, we'll beat Sunderland 3-2, but we're on this many points, and last season Robson wore this.
No, not at all.
I cannot remember that existed.
Do you think that's all because of fan interaction now?
I think social media.
So
I think it's just in general.
It's accessible.
Sky Sports News. We've got to have people like 24 hours a day. There's got to be something on television. There's got to be a conversation about it. Talk Sports, massive talks. What's it called? BBC 5 Live.
Stuff like this, podcasts like Left, Right and Centre.
Those podcasts back in 2005, 4-5. So I think it is. It's just kind of people have got to have something to talk about and something to listen to. When I do, I listen to podcasts all the time. So no, I can't remember what you mentioned. Houghton there has been maybe an equivalent when Pardew came in. They were both managers that the fans didn't want to leave. Whereas like no one wanted Carwell to stay, no one wanted McLaren to stay, no one wanted Pardew to stay by the end. For the last 2 years, everyone wanted Pardew. So it might well be that when it's a manager that the fans like, I'll try to think back to when Dalglish took over from Kevin Keegan. I mean, going back to 22, 23 years now. Like Dalglish was a big name. He'd won the league at Blackburn. He was popular.
That's true.
So I don't think they had that kit. Oh, this is a real step down.
Yeah.
That was. I know I said it this season, and I still do think it is. But that's not to take.
It's a step down when you're looking at a bit of paper, aren't you? It's a step down.
It's what we've said all along, isn't it?
Getting the most out of what he's got.
The one thing that we can all agree on, Rafa his appointment was the best thing this club's probably seen since Robson.
For years.
Oh, that would be,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the greatest moment of the club's history. One of the greatest moments of the club's history.
Just that video of him walking into St James's Park with his brown blazer on.
Aye.
Like,
I thought, is this actually happening?
But it was so like out of left field. He'd been at Real Madrid until about 2 months before that.
Right.
Apparently he sold Newcastle out.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't exactly because it's not a master stroke by Charlie. He's got to take some. If you give him responsibility when it goes to shit, you've got to give him credit when it goes right, Similar to Bruce, I suppose, God. But the Benitez thing, you think, how the fuck is a club in the bottom three, like destined to go down, we were absolutely dog shit that season, managed to get Rafa Benitez to come and be manager? You couldn't imagine going to Norwich or Villa that season. Or Sunderland had Allardyce at the time, and the teams that were down there, like, Bruce. You couldn't have thought, like, why on earth would he do that? And it's...
But he came for one reason, it was because of the...
Andy Carroll.
Because of the
Gallowgate specials.
Exactly.
I've been all over the world. I've tried all the dishes in Cotton. Get me in Newcastle for a garlic bread special.
Well, even with Ashley in charge, he would have obviously known what he's going into. You know what I mean? Maybe he didn't think
he came because he knew it was a special club because of the fans and the way that he'd seen it when he'd been here and things like that. That's what attracted him to come in to do it.
Definitely staying when we went down was that that reason why they just.
That was huge. I mean, the bit of Tottenham game. I mean, I wasn't at the Tottenham game. I was away at the time.
I've got that video on my phone.
Massive. You'd imagine that would be a huge thing. I mean, I met him. I think you guys met him as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
And what something he said to us, I was there with Taylor and Michael Martin, friend of the podcast, who and he said like
that's his death knell on the podcast.
Someone asked why Newcastle. He says, well, I could go to Southampton, finish 9th every season, and like that would be the limit. I'll go to West Ham, do the same. I don't want that. I want to be at a club that's going to progress. He said, I couldn't go to Everton, Liverpool thing. Yeah. Couldn't go to I forget who now because of the Chelsea thing. So and Newcastle was just the next cab off the rank basically. And that's what the club have got, and that's kind of the potential, and it's going to turn into an anti-Ashley rant if I don't kind of bring myself in a bit. But it's kind of that's what there is there, and it's really apparent if you get Benitez in, who's just come from Real Madrid. He's won the Champions League, he's won the UEFA Cup, he's won all sorts. He loves his garlic bread. Like that's the kind of caliber manager you can get if you get it right.
No,
and I think that to go from Steve Bruce, who's just been sacked from Villa a year and a half prior to that.
Birmingham, Sunderland,
Wigan, Huddersfield,
Sheffield, both.
Sheffield Wednesday didn't get sacked from, but he left under
he shot them
in auspicious circumstances.
He shit on them.
That's what James Bond fan. And that's not have a go at Bruce. That's just kind of like it's maybe the reason why we're getting so many comparisons with the season last is that no one really wanted Bruce there to start the season.
Not a single person, mate.
No, I think.
Well, except what's his face from the Telegraph?
Look at Edwards.
I think another reason possibly why there's such a debate about it is because with Bruce it's like nobody expected him to do what Rafa did, or of course nobody would expect him to win that many games. And I think some people, I'm not saying humble pie is a bit over the top, but like people automatically had the stall out that we're going to be worse. And then it started to not be worse.
So did we, to be fair.
I did as well. I did as well, but I feel as if sometimes we all sat around here and went, fuck now, we're fucked, we're going to be relegated, we're not going to win a game, but everyone thought that. But
the difference is we said, let's give them a chance.
They don't want to be happy about when actually things are going okay. I think why not be happy about it?
It's funny you should say that, because I was watching the highlights back of the game before we came down, and when the goal, the first goal, the equaliser went in, the camera was on the crowd, and there's two blokes sat there, Newcastle tops, scarves. The first goal goes in, and they don't move. They don't move. Everybody else jumps all around them and other ones jump up in front of them. But these two blokes are just sat still. I'm sure they then got up and reacted to it, but it was like, you know, that moment when the goal goes in, everybody is up.
The wheelchair section.
No, I was thinking how it word that, so it wasn't. No, because they're like literally like no reaction on the face or anything. I was like,
I think people don't like admitting that they're wrong or that. I mean, I'm near the water, to be honest with you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm wrong all the time, so I think I'm used to it by now. But I think Bruce wasn't given. The people didn't have the patience, and I did it after the Norwich game, after the Leicester game. Oh, this is outrageous! Why have they got him? He couldn't do this and that. And like, he's done far better than I thought he would do so far. I mean,
it's only 15 games.
It's
only 15 games.
And I mean, they've got 22 points, but that would not to say the next 15 games you're going to have 40.
Of course, absolutely right. But when I try to do this with players, with everyone. I only judge what I can see. And in my own mind, I thought we'd have about 10 points now.
Yeah,
we're 12 points better off. Yeah. We're in how on earth we can be in a better situation?
What really annoys me recently, so obviously Emil does a fan cams after the game, and he'll always ask the question, if we won the game or had a decent result, he'll say, does Steve Bruce get any credit for that? And the amount of fans that'll just pause for a little second, then just go, no. It's
what was that?
It's a strange one. Like,
so if we flip that question, right? Rafa was still here, and we were now on 22 points.
It'd be the greatest thing ever.
Would be you cannot have both
results they've had.
Sorry, you can't.
Even in the last week, coming back against Southampton, they did. Who'd won the last two games, albeit against Norwich and Watford.
True.
The way they came back twice from behind against Man City, it to do with Sheffield United, who hadn't lost by 2 goals at home since
League One.
2014, 17, 18, something like that.
Right,
Like, it's you can't have those results and not give the manager credit, because as you say, had it been Benitez, he's brilliant, he's at it again, here we go, here we're going to finish, we're going to get the passports out, lads, and all that.
If you can't give Bruce credit now for winning games, then you kind of criticise when we lose. If you've got that argument, right?
That's what the people say. We're getting the results in spite of Bruce, not because of Bruce.
Because it's Rafa's tactics, that's why.
I said it at the start, and I'll say it again. He came into an impossible situation, right, to try and lift them players. What do you think the players felt like when he come in the door? I bet that a Joey Barton situation when we didn't fucking want you here.
Well, I think Shelby would have been rubbing his hands like.
Right, well, one player.
Well, that's it, because a lot of them
and he's got Shelby playing the best football of his career. And then you've lost your 2 top scorers have gone. Whether people rated them or not, there were 2 top scorers. Your goals have gone out of the team. Your manager's gone. It's a shit show, man. It's a shit show. And to be doing what he's doing, you can only applaud it. Only applaud it.
It's as if people think, well, you can't respect, what happened before with Rafa Benitez if you want to get on and, give Bruce praise or get behind him or something like that. The two things aren't exclusive to each other.
And like I said,
you can do
not
both.
Any form of rivalry with each other.
It's been, it's gone.
For Bruce.
Aye.
They say how it's going pretty well. I'm glad, like, because
well, we'll find out because he's on the telly, isn't he?
He's doing Monday Night Football. So we'll quickly fire through these because it took ages talking about garlic bread special, and I'm starving, so I'm going to go get one. So Carl Richardson says, "How do you solve a problem like Joe Linton?"
Well,
give him some service and support would help.
How long? I asked this question to Rafa actually tonight about like giving players time and patience. How long do you persist? All the way through the season, just keep doing what we're doing.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, you can give someone 30 games in a season. If you're bottom of the league, then you've got it wrong, haven't you? You should have made the change earlier. Given that things aren't going as badly as maybe people have perceived, maybe that has bought them a bit more time to kind of adhere to the tactics, to his selection, see if it works, try and make it work.
I think another massive thing is that Andy Carroll can't play 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And probably, I think now is a chance where we might get a chance to see what Joe Linton's like in different positions. Obviously, with Saint injured, he's going to get a bit more time.
You might find Gale gets a game here and there. You might. Yeah.
It depends if he slots Atsu straight in the position, which I know if you think of it rationally, that's probably what's going to happen. Probably.
If you stick to the same formation,
Atsu probably maybe think, well, I deserve a chance as well. Yeah. But I personally, if we're going to stick with Joe Linton, I think I'd like to see him move position. If that's out left for now, then Gale's up front. I don't know, but whatever. Because for all with Gale's situation, you put him up front and we'll continue to play long ball. Well, the ball it's hitting a brick wall. It's going to be coming back again. All I would say with goal kicks is Joe has to go central for the goal kick, and then go out wide after that. Do you know what I mean? But if he's not a striker,
which will work if there's somebody there with him, isn't it?
So
looking when I had a little break there, Joe Linton, someone like that, he's got the 6th best headers per minute. In the league.
Well, that proves how many long balls will play as well.
Andy Carroll's top as it goes, like. He's going ahead every 6 minutes by on average.
He's only played 6 minutes though.
Defensive ones.
I don't know if it counts or not. They're just dog shit. John Terry's goal career is a sham.
But he's not a striker.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So does that mean the goals he scored don't count?
It's not his job, is it? So
if you're negating a striker's defensive headers, you've got to negate a defender.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it wasn't negating.
That is true. So what's the cut-off point for midfielders? Do they get free rein?
No headers count.
It's got to be back on the line, I don't think. It's got to be in the centre circle. Right, Molly Lawrence sends in, how long does it take to prove your fitness? And assuming he does stay fit, what stage might Andy Carroll feel justified in asking for an improved contract? Andy Carroll, I don't think he's ever going to be on a contract with ourselves where he's getting a wage every single week, as in there's 50 grand a week.
If he can go this season without picking up injuries and stuff like this, is probably the longest he's gone in a good long while of being fit.
He was injured the other week, wasn't he?
That's what I mean.
Against Sheffield United, there was one where the cross was overrun. He chased it and didn't quite get it for a throw in, but he's trying to knock it back in. He's gone over. I thought, fuck, that's it.
He's done.
It's like when he smashed into them, when he smashed into the advertising boards on Saturday as well. I was like, oh, he's going to
full tilt, isn't he?
broke his fucking leg or something.
I don't think. I think Carroll, obviously, he's definitely out for this season. I think we'll probably get another season of him playing his part next season, and I think that'll be it. I think
the age he is and the way he's playing, the way the injuries he's had. He's 30. Is he 30 now? 31?
I think he's 31. Isn't he?
One of the two. He's certainly like one of those two. Like he's not the kind that you don't get players like him playing in the mid 30s in the Premier League. Like
the only one I think that was Crouch was like 38.
Crouch, yeah.
And even he got sick of just coming on and being an absolute show pony for like a couple of headers.
Crouch didn't have the massive injuries.
No. I thought you meant side of play. I mean, in regards to what he does, I thought you meant heading the ball basically.
Maybe he's Duncan Ferguson. I think he played in his 30s.
He was always injured now.
Good
player.
I love that volley against Man U.
Unbelievable, man.
So Robin of the Hagen sends in, what's your favourite Newcastle United moment of the decade? He goes on to say his was Gutierrez against West Ham and Toure against Arsenal.
Gutierrez.
Fucking hell, favourite of the decade.
A 5-1 Sunderland. You mean a goal in one moment? Sorry, of that.
Just says moment, mate.
5-1 was out, just unbelievable.
So obviously it's 2019 now, so it takes you back to 2009. Obviously it would shite that.
Got relegated.
So yeah.
It was 2008-9.
Oh, was it?
May 24th, 2009.
So shall we back to the last 2 decades, because it gives you a little bit of more of a. Aye. So mine would be Emery's free kick against Sunderland.
That's the first thing that came to mind for me as well.
Good free kick, that.
A great hit, that.
Because it was a fantastic game as well, wasn't it?
Then scored 2.
If we're going that far back, the Feyenoord game.
I was going to say
that was my next one. I'm going to be left with like.
You were there, weren't you?
I was there, yeah. Unbelievable. They're my 2 favourite moments ever of Feyenoord and Jonas against West Ham.
I'd say, well.
And then probably Czech.
2-1.
4-4.
Yeah, that was good. Like. It's difficult to think. I think on the spot. I think the one that really just stuck in my mind was when I know we didn't win the game, but Milan away, Shearer.
That was that same. That was that same year. Yeah.
That really just stuck in my mind a lot. Like.
So we got through. I was there as well.
It's unbelievable that. How on earth would let Cordoba score ahead? He was about 1 foot tall. But anyway, that's why I'm off the subject. But
to go a bit more recent, the memory that sticks in my head, last game of the season when we won the championship. St James's Park was unbelievable that game. Unbelievable.
We won it as well. Like the way it happened.
Lansbury on the corner.
Oh, it was.
That was good. But that was amazing that we thought we hadn't won it and then it come through that we had.
The phantom goal, which didn't ever happen. Yeah, so it's just start celebrating somewhere in the Leeds side.
Wasn't it just that Gale was going there?
Gale was going down.
He scored. He's running around.
The scored it was.
The timing of that was unreal, wasn't it?
Grealish, wasn't it?
Grealish.
That's right, yeah, it was.
Brighton keeper spilled it.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, no, I kind of think I've got to. You've taken all the ones out. I'm going to be left with like Fabrice Pancras or Jeremy's goal against Brighton or something like that. I kind of think it has been a lot of shit.
She was against Everton?
That was a thunder bastard, that wasn't it?
I remember I was walking through Newcastle City Centre with Taylor not long after it happened and he hadn't seen the goal because he doesn't get the games and stuff. And I was recreating it for him. And I kind of volleyed the air and we all went out and I elbowed some lass right in the fucking throat. Sorry, mate. It's alright. No. So I probably elbowed some lass in the throat outside the shoe.
Amazing.
Outside of shoes. That's your favourite moment.
Assault. Absolutely amazing.
Right, moving on. I'm just going to pick some random. I do apologise. If we're not reading your questions, I apologise, but there's a shite loads.
That's not a negative thing.
No, it's not. Keep it going.
Shite load.
So the Darth Titchmoss random, he sends in. Fernandez is class. Why has he only got 6 months left on his contract?
Because he's 48.
We need to give him some form of contract.
I think
at least like that.
Yeah,
he's not going to take it though, is he?
No, I don't know. I think if you go back again, you're just trying to remember. If you go back to when he wasn't playing, you've already got 5 centre halves saying that's all right, let him go.
I've always liked him.
No, I'm not saying I haven't.
But you would happily let him go though.
But you would
Clark was the one for me.
But then you've watched him over how he's played 6 or 7 in a row now, and now all of a sudden like
I've always rated him.
It's going to be a similar situation as Diarmi, isn't it? Where the contract's running out. Diarmi obviously wanted a 2-3 year contract. Fernandez isn't going to get that, is he?
The talk was with Diarmi that he was just about to trigger an extension.
Extension.
He would have got it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean.
The question is, will you give him 2 or 3 years then?
I'll give him 2 years.
I'll give him 2.
I think he's 31.
I'd give him
32.
I'd give him 2 years because even it goes down the path where of course where if he gets dropped out of the team and you're left with Sher, Lejeune, Lascelles, you've got someone once again who can slot right in there. What Clark's done for her.
Yeah.
And I think Fernandez, being the age he is, would be okay with that. He'd be like, all right, that's fine. I'll play second fiddle.
It's not like he's slow. You know, you don't see him struggling to keep up with the pace of the game and stuff like that. But what he gives you is he's reading of the game and stuff like that.
He's just solid, isn't he? He's a good.
I like him.
I do like him.
Very good.
I've said plenty of times I'd have him, Lejeune and Cher, and they'd be my 3.
You couldn't go far wrong with that, I don't think.
So a final question of the night, believe it or not, it comes from Taylor.
You're all that time space.
So he says, if you could choose a person or persons from the world of football to go on holiday with, who would you choose and where would you go? He says he's going to Manchester with Ben Thatcher.
Ben Thatcher, the Wimbledon.
Pedro Mendes, wasn't
and
it?
Pedro Mendes.
This was go barging, because obviously Ben Thatcher barging.
You remember that one? Remember that?
Aye.
God, that was.
On the side, that was completely unnecessary as well.
The one of the Sunderland player was funny. There's a mint freeze frame of it. If you say it, the Sunderland player has literally like a screen mask. He's absolutely fucked.
So if I'm going on holiday with someone, shall we go current team? Shall we bring it like? Shall we go Newcastle current team just to bring it a bit relevant to this?
Okay, Andy Carroll.
Where you going? Blackpool?
No, Ibiza.
Ibiza with Carroll?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Andy Carroll, he's definitely the fucking like the knobhead in your group who's starting fights with everybody every night, isn't he?
He's got a flag hanging off his balcony, like. Definitely has.
Shelby was the one that starts
Mags on tour.
He definitely has.
Actually, no. Oh yeah, Carroll. Yeah.
I'm a little bit older, so I'm going to say Fernandez because he keep a nice tidy room and that, like. And you can imagine just sitting down for a nice dinner, having a couple of shandies.
He's always got them daft little things that all the South Americans drink. Well, them like it looks like a pot of tea. Almiron's always got one as well.
Oh no, notice that.
Check on Instagram. They've always got these things. Colaccini used to have one all the time.
No
idea what they are. Someone might message in, but I've got no idea what they are.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
I have a look at his Instagram and that.
Who would you go with then, Mark?
I'm going Saint.
Saint.
Where am I going? I'm going to.
I
just want to go to his hometown. I just want to go to Saint's hometown. Just see where he grew up, man. Just show me appreciation for him.
Bit romantic.
Aye.
I'll go with his
Take us to his family. Meet his family.
I'm definitely taking a share.
Yeah, that's about it.
Just so I can get all the birds hanging around with him.
Imagine how ugly you would look at fucking shit.
Well, like, literally, just imagine all the fanny hanging around him. I'd just have the worst one there.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want to spoil it. I was going to say exactly that. It's playing second fiddle then would be amazing.
I think Mark meant women by that.
Can you remember a few years ago in
pre-season,
there was a photo of all together, Gutierrez, Colaccini, Amiobi and Rob Elliott.
In Vegas.
Was it in Vegas?
Yeah,
it was in Vegas. Gosling was there as
well. They're like stood in order of fatness.
Aye.
Rob Elliott's kind of podgy. You've got, I forget which way now, Gutierrez and Colaccini in the middle, and Shura looking absolutely like Adonis on the outside.
Speaking of Colaccini, how rough does Colaccini look now?
Now it is. Just this morning,
Jesus.
the beat River Plate at the weekend.
Yeah.
I just watched highlights today.
He looks like he's been on bins,
He
man.
looks like a homeless man, doesn't he? He's
He does,
He was on the
Jesus.
block all the time, all the time shagging and fucking.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He had a
Allegedly.
Got him on both feet there.
he had a table booked, right, every single
I thought
Saturday
it was
or
going to be a different
Wednesday.
story.
With a different.
I know that one as well, probably. He'd have a book and he'd take a different lass every single weekend.
You got a different one pregnant every weekend as well.
Allegedly.
He was a top shagger, wasn't he? He was.
Allegedly. Anything else to add? Any more holiday destinations with any players? Where would you take Bruce?
Jara.
Skegness.
Nando's.
Bogner.
I don't think Bruce would like a Nando's. I think he would prefer a greasy spoon.
Nando, he would do what I would do. He'd want to. He didn't get much for your money, did he? That's what he would
Why?
say.
You take half a chicken,
What, for
extra
£50?
hot, chips and coleslaw.
The only thing I like about that is you pick your own sauce and it's a big fuck off bowl. That's what I do.
But it takes ages for the fucker to come out.
Oh, I know. It's like when you
Pro tip,
take
take the little spout off and just pour it.
Hang on, you hadn't got that one.
But I didn't know what you said.
I'll not say it again.
Can it stay?
We'll have to watch that one back.
Right, one more player. Oh, I saw Rob Elliott today, actually.
It would be nice going on holiday with Rob Elliott.
I mean, you should see how slim he is.
Yeah, I'd go on holiday with Rob Elliott.
He's lost loads of weight. He's probably slim.
Take a few bits sightseeing, take some nice pictures and that.
Nowadays, Rob Elliott already be happy going on it for a weekend. Get a big glass of meat.
Oh, he loves that.
Take him around Hexham Market or something like that.
Actually, I wouldn't mind we had in Seattle or something like.
I was thinking that, but I'm allergic to dogs, so I'd be good with then.
His dog.
Simba.
Churchill.
I reckon the Cells plows about so I reckon the Cells. I reckon he plows.
If you look like the Cell, you'll plow.
He's lush and he is lush.
Big old unit.
He is lush like that.
This is going too far, right? See you all later.
You wouldn't want to go away with the army, would you?
Bye.